One of the things that I think has been kind of a guiding light for us at GE, we're a big company. We operate in 160 countries. We're diverse. Some would say we're a little bit complicated. We're in businesses like energy, transportation, healthcare. We ask ourselves constantly in digital media and all of our media, how would a human behave? How would a person behave? That's our guiding light. I don't know that you can actually behave as a large company, but I know that you can behave as a brand that has affinity, has passion for the people who are inventing things, has passion for science, has passion for moments where those things come together. You know, there's this phrase, never waste a great crisis. So back in the fall of 2008, we couldn't buy a positive story. I think most companies couldn't. And so we started at that point kind of this strategy. It's really simple, tell our story our way. If we weren't going to find a way to communicate who we are, it wasn't going to come from somebody else. And we started something at that point called GE Reports. It's frankly a microblog. I mean, it really couldn't be simpler. It's a very good microblog, but it kind of gave us some confidence that we're pretty good storytellers because we know ourselves well. Now, it's not enough to sort of broadcast out. We all know that. But, that was sort of a springboard for us. Somebody said to me recently, content that tries to sell doesn't, content that tries to help does. So I think we try really hard to think about outcomes. We try to think about sort of the utility piece of this. And when we have a strong culture, and that helps a lot. We do a lot of work with CNBC. At the beginning of last year, we said, look, the industrial internet, the marriage of what we call big data and big iron, super important to the company. Yes, we'll be finding a way to talk about that through our advertising stories, but what can we do together? We wound up doing a 1-hour special called The Rise of the Machines that was all about big data. What I think the lesson, and I'm trying to remember Rashad's plea to give lots of lessons, is that we never tried to shoehorn GE in there, never. We said, look, this topic is important to us. You figure out, obviously, how you're going to tell this story. We'll use our commercial time to tell our own story. And it worked out well. We did something similar with The Economist, first ever partnership of kind of a creation of a daily blog. We went to them and said, look, we love and respect what you do. You're a global thought leader. That's quite important to a company like GE that operates in so many different countries. But how can we figure out a way together to fund and put out content that gives sort of daily insights? But I think I guess my insight here to all of you is, I think there's the creative spark, there's working with a partner, and then there's kind of stepping back and letting them figure out a little bit as well, because if it's too muddy, if it feels like there's a GE blimp flying through it, doesn't benefit anybody.